Keep it locked to your genuine sound, Kyrie FM.
Yes, good morning, Dominica. You're tuned to Kyrie FM in the morning. And you are on to the program, The Heng. The most popular talk show in Dominica, the Caribbean, and internationally. The most authentic program. And I am your host again this morning, sitting in for Daryl Tit. My name is Cleville Mills. You may know me from True Politics, but I'm here on the Heng. And as you know, Kyrie FM is broadcasting on the FM frequencies of 88.7, 93.1, and 107.9. And those of you who have cable television and you're on Flow, you can get Kyrie on channel 953 and 954. And if you have Digiplay, Kyrie is on channel 54. The program is also streaming live on kyriefm.com. Live on Kyrie page on Facebook. We are also on TuneIn. In other words, the Heng on Kyrie is international and global. Yes, it is a talk show, and you can call in. The numbers to call are 448-7334. If you're overseas, the number to call 305-906-6186. And if you still can't get through, you can call us on WhatsApp 613-1307 or 245-2929. So I want to say good morning to all those of you who usually listen to Kyrie and listen to the Heng. And those of you who make the Heng a part of your daily exercise, your daily schedule. Special good evening to our Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit. He likes to be called the member for the Vickers constituency. I also want to say good morning to all the members of Parliament, in particular the ministers of Cabinet. Yes, good morning also to the opposition. I hope you can get your act straight as we go along. I also want to say good morning to all those of you who are joining us on Facebook. Yes, Facebook is a very interactive means of broadcasting. I want to say good morning to Daryl Tid, the usual host of the Heng. Wherever you may be, may God bless you. Whatever your endeavors, I hope you'll be successful. I want to say good morning to all the healthcare professionals in Dominica. Yes, special good morning to Dr. Vernon Deshoussé, the Director of the Medical Services of the COVID-19 Center Complex. And that is in Portsmouth. Yes, listeners, I did enjoy myself with you yesterday. It was an eye-opener, a new break. Just getting my feet wet on the Heng in the morning. Yes, this morning I will be playing to you a very important address by Dr. Deshoussé, and I want you to listen very carefully before we go into the discussion. And yesterday, because it was so nice, you know, we got the urge to continue the program talking about vax. Yesterday, the passcode was vaccinated. But this morning, we are going to upgrade the passcode to vaxxed. You know, vaxxed is a more modern way of the meaning of pronouncing vaccinated. So when you call later this morning to enter, you must use the passcode vaxxed. And before we get on into business this morning of discussion, I have my COVID theme song. And that is Greater Tomorrow. My tomorrow must be greater than today, by David Ekin. So once again, everybody, welcome to the Heng, and stay tuned for a very interesting and a powerful program this morning. Yet it's time for us to take a spiritual break, a song of faith. My tomorrow is better than yesterday.
My tomorrow must be greater than today.
His hands are not short that it cannot reach to you. His eyes are never blind, he cannot see your teeth. His ears are not there that he cannot hear you cry. Your tomorrow must be greater than today. Your tomorrow must be greater than today.
No matter what I face, no matter what I see,
No matter what comes
no
my
matter
way.
what comes my way,
Hey.
no matter how I cry,
One thing I know.
one thing I know,
Ha.
that's definitely my
My
heart.
tomorrow.
My tomorrow
Ah.
must be greater than today.
And my tomorrow.
Tomorrow must be greater than today.
Oh, no matter. No matter, yeah.
What I see,
No matter what comes my way.
comes my way,
Nothing can move me. So one thing I know. Thank you, Jesus. Ha.
my heart.
My tomorrow.
Tomorrow must be greater than
Say my tomorrow.
tomorrow must be greater than today.
Hallelujah.
I'm singing my tomorrow,
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
dancing my tomorrow,
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
testify
Hey.
my tomorrow.
One thing I know. Jesus showed us in my heart. No matter what, my tomorrow must be greater than today. Ah, say my tomorrow.
Tomorrow must be greater than today.
Sing hallelujah.
I'm
Yeah.
singing my tomorrow,
Hallelujah.
dancing my tomorrow.
This is my song. This is my story.
I'm testifying my tomorrow.
One thing I know. One thing I know. My God, my tomorrow. My tomorrow.
Must be greater than today.
Mama, don't cry.
Yes, my tomorrow must be greater than today. And every time I think of the COVID-19 and the issues that we are going through, I am strengthened by the song which says, no matter what we are going through today, my tomorrow will be greater than today. And to start our program this morning, I would like you to listen for about 15 minutes to a very important address by Dr. Deshose. He is the Director of the Medical Services at the COVID-19 Care Complex at Portsmouth. It is very interesting. I urge you to listen to him very carefully, and especially what he has to say to the youth, how the COVID is really affecting the youth. Because we know our youth thinks that they are invincible, but I think they need to listen to Dr. Deshose.
Good evening, and thank you for the opportunity. Let me acknowledge my esteemed colleague, Dr. Shunadin Hamid, our national epidemiologist, Ms. Ole, our moderator for this evening's activity, and the many Dominicans who may be tuned in here locally or abroad. Just to give a brief overview as it relates to the operations or the infrastructure of the COVID complex center in the northern part of the island in Picard, Portsmouth. The complex encompasses 8 buildings actually with varying bed capacities. There's the RUH, formerly the Ross University Hotel, the PBH, there's the Barron's apartment, the Avisville Luxury apartment. There's also the Avisville Comfort apartment, the Regent's Hotel at TB, the CAC building, which has a capacity of approximately 108 beds, and the main facility, which is the St. James facility, where the more concerning of patients, when I say concerning of patients, the patients who are more critically ill would be admitted at that center. So patients who have been identified or captured throughout the respective catchment areas throughout the island as a result of the ongoing testing program island-wide, these patients, whether they are symptomatic, vaccinated or unvaccinated, as well as patients who are asymptomatic, unvaccinated, would be directed to the Northern Care Complex Facility. So these are the prescribed or approved listings for the patients who have tested positive. A protocol has also been developed to ensure the smooth functioning and the efficient and optimum delivery of care for our patients at the COVID Unit Center. And this encompasses, again, the catchment of those cases identified throughout the testing program island-wide. They would culminate at the main triaging center, and that is at the RUH, where the designated staff or assigned staff would begin the process of triaging. In that process of triaging, patients would be directed or admitted or quarantined at the respective facilities dependent on the presenting clinical symptoms at that presenting time. So this brings me to the main facility, which is the St. James facility. The St. James facility has a capacity of approximately 60 patients. It has also been retrofitted with an ICU unit with a 4-bed capacity. There are 4 mechanical ventilators assigned. There are 6 CPAP machines assigned. So we are able to aggressively address some of the more concerning of symptoms of patients who are admitted at that facility. So patients whose symptoms are predominantly acute respiratory distress syndrome, we are able to address those patients, those conditions more efficiently at the St. James facility. Also to note that at present there are 474 patients admitted at the facility. 129 of those patients are symptomatic, and at the St. James facility, as we speak, there are 40 inpatients, and of those 40 inpatients, 27 of those patients are critically ill. More on the St. James facility. The St. James facility, besides the many resources that has been allocated to the facility, it is also staffed with a very competent staff. So there are 2 doctors who are highly trained in emergency care medicine and ICU trained as well. And these are Dr. Tora Brady and Dr. Rodriguez, one of our Cuban colleagues as well. They are also complemented by other doctors who are assigned to that facility, and I must mention the name because of the very good work that they are doing, the dedicated work they are doing, the commitment that they are showing. And these are Dr. Kieran Newton, Dr. Leblanc, Dr. Hernandez, and Dr. Jean-Jacques as well. We are able to do also at the St. James facility in-service x-rays. That's a very important complementary examination that is required for the monitoring of the evolution of those patients who are severely and critically ill at the St. James facility. And we are able to do those, averting the possibility of having to transfer so many patients down to the DCFH for such a service. And this has helped us tremendously in the management of those patients at the facility as well. We also do have a very strong laboratory support. And we get those from the RFA hospital, that's the Portsmouth Hospital, and we are strongly supported by the laboratory services of the DCFH as well. One consistent observation that is noted at the COVID care complex is the incessant number of admitted unvaccinated patients at the facility who quickly become aggressively and acutely ill and may require some level of advanced critical care. This in itself has posed quite a challenge for us, because some of these patients lamentably have succumbed to the illness of their COVID infection. Now this is quite difficult for us as attending. It is even more so difficult to communicate such news to the families whose loved one has just succumbed to the illness. At times one feels that the spirit is somewhat amputated and there is no prosthesis for that really. So let me take this opportunity to extend on behalf of the Northern Care Complex facility, on behalf of the staff, our sincere condolences to the bereaved families who have lost their loved ones to the fight of COVID. But at the same token, let me take this opportunity as well to vehemently advocate the need for those of you who are not vaccinated or may not have considered inoculation to please get vaccinated. It works, it helps. It greatly decreases your chances of hospitalization. It greatly decreases the possibility of you developing the very severe form of the illness. It decreases certainly the possibility of you succumbing or you dying from the illness. It is one of the tools available. It is the main armament really for the fight against this COVID pandemic. So I urge you to take a more consistent, responsible approach towards your health, and please get vaccinated. We are stretched, we are overwhelmed, but the fight must go on, yes? The fight must go on, and so we shall, and so we will, and so we must. It's our mandate to do so, and we will continue. But we implore you to just give us a little bit of help by making that step and getting vaccinated so that we can curve or lessen the curve of this COVID pandemic. There is another observation as well, and that is among the young and the very young people, we are seeing a more aggressive trend of acute illness in such patients, and many of whom who may recover or may have recovered from the severe form of the illness are left with the sequelae of debilitating lung function. And this complete recovery of such patients are very much delayed. Another observation as well, and that is among the young and the very young people, we are seeing a more aggressive trend of acute illness in such patients, and many of whom who may recover or may have recovered from the severe form of the illness are left with the sequelae of debilitating lung function. And this complete recovery of such patients are very much delayed and very much reserved. So I want to take this opportunity yet again to encourage our young people to avoid these cluster gatherings, respect, observe, and practice the healthcare guidelines and protocols that are established by the Ministry of Health. Practice the respiratory etiquette, wear your mask, use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer, wash your hands as often as possible, as often as is necessary. But most importantly, if you're not vaccinated, if you haven't considered such, that you should take that responsible, consistent approach towards your health. Your health is your responsibility, and you should get vaccinated. Please, get vaccinated. We are stretched, we are overwhelmed, let me reiterate. And there's a very thin line of being overrun by this pandemic. And the only armament really that we have is the vaccine. So please, give us a fighting chance. Give us a fighting chance as healthcare providers. I make that plea to you, please. In terms of other management strategies that has been developed at the COVID care complex, because there are many patients who are admitted at the facility who have associated comorbid conditions, we found it necessary to engage some of our colleagues at the DCFH because it was necessary to co-manage such patients, because we can't manage all the patients that require other inputs from different specialties on our own. So it was necessary to form a consultation forum, virtual consultation forum, and this forum is spearheaded by our esteemed colleague, Dr. Ferrara. Inclusive of that team is our pediatrician, Dr. Cassandra, Dr. Jacob, who recently had to travel to Portsmouth to perform an invasive procedure on a patient, and we are very grateful for his intervention on that patient that might have saved that patient's life. So we are very grateful to Doctor for that intervention. We also have on that team our cardiologist, Dr. Andrew. We also have Dr. Wu, our Chinese cardiologist, Dr. Lopez, our internist, Dr. Frederick, one of our general surgeons. So this cadre of specialists help in the co-management of our patients, because it is necessary to have their input, because these patients require additional specialized support, which, as one can tell, the specialized services are not fully decentralized at the COVID care complex. So we are grateful that we were able to set up such a virtual forum to have our colleagues participate in the co-management of our patients. We also want to thank the psychiatric team, who is led by Dr. Benjamin and Dr. Wallace, who recently, graciously, I might say, accepted our invitation to provide this much-needed psychosocial support for our staff initially, and we also extended that privilege to the patients as well, because we all know the importance of the psychosocial support. So we are grateful for the psychiatric team for leading the way in providing the psychosocial support for the staff and patient, and this has proven to be quite beneficial to all of us. We also want to extend our gratitude to the National Health Authority and the CEO of the DCFA, the Dominica-China Friendship Hospital, Dr. James and Dr. Ruby Blanc, for ensuring that there is continuum of care of the patients who require our inputs, and this has proven to be very beneficial. So we are doing our fair share, despite the circumstances, besides the challenges, and any semblance of discrimination by any healthcare provider is on the onset arrested. I'm not saying that there is, but I will reiterate that our patients are given the utmost care and treated with the utmost dignity deserving of them. So before I end, I would like to urge all Dominicans who are tuned in, those of you who are vaccinated, please encourage those who are not, express upon them the benefit of being vaccinated. Those of you who are not vaccinated, I urge you to please get vaccinated. We as attending physicians have treated the patients who are not vaccinated, and the patients who are vaccinated, their numbers are not that many. They are always outnumbered by the unvaccinated patients, and the unvaccinated patients, I can tell you from experience, from practical experience, they do not do well. They do not do well. So please take that opportunity, adopt a consistent, positive attitude towards your health. Your health is your responsibility. It's not ours, it's your responsibility. So give us an opportunity to have a fighting chance, and please get inoculated, get vaccinated. I am grateful for the platform, I'm grateful for your audience, and thank you very much, and I bid you good evening.
Thank you very much, Dr. Deshose. This is a very powerful address by Dr. Deshose. Those of you, I think we need to really listen to this address over and over, because it can be found on YouTube. That is on the government. Looking for the Ministry of Health COVID-19 update, 17 September 2021. So those of you who want to go onto YouTube to look it up, it is the Ministry of Health COVID-19 update, September 7th, 17th, 2021. And you can look for it from 10 minutes, 38 seconds to 25 minutes, 22 seconds. I think that will be very important. I would urge all the radio stations, to play that address by Dr. Deshose. One of the things that he said, and that was on Friday, there were 478 patients at the complex. There were 60 inpatients, and of all the patients that they had 129 symptomatic, and they had 27 critically ill patients. He also made a very stunning observation about the youth. among the youth, he said that and the very young people, that when they are infected, they have the virus attack them very, very aggressively, and the complete recovery is very much delayed. So young people, they really need to take that up. I also believe, in addition to the vaccination campaign, we need to have a targeted campaign to the young persons. So I am saying this is a very serious thing. So before we go down into further business, it is already 8:31 and 48 seconds. It is time now that we hear from our sponsors.
To Flow. Switch now and get your 30-day prepaid plan with 50 gigabytes of data for only $50. That's only $1 per gig to keep you connected so you can do more of the things you do. Visit us in-store today and let us know you're ready to switch. We'll take it from there. Terms and conditions apply.
Daddy, you dirty your clothes again, and mommy not there to help you though. Well, bam, bam, daddy dirty his clothes.
Easy breezy, busy bubble, laundry service on the hustle, washing, drying, folding service, washing comfort cause it's worth it. Kiddies own cribs and toys, come on daddy, bring the boys. Dirty stains from wine and malts, come on man, it's not your fault. Busy bubble.
Visit our new location on the Castle Comfort Highway next to the Cicero Hotel. Busy Bubble Laundry, taking the busy out of your day.
Tomorrow must be greater than today. I just know one thing that is tomorrow must be greater than today. Don't cry anymore.
Yes, good morning to you on the local line. Welcome to the Heng.
Good morning, Mr. Mills.
Yes, good morning.
I want to say thank you for taking on that task.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Welcome.
It will be a privilege for you. Then it will be an experience for you too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's an experience. That's my first shot at it. I'm getting my feet wet.
You get the feel.
Yes.
But as I said, that's the second time I'm listening to Dr. Joseph.
Yeah, that's the first time I'm listening to him. It's very touching.
And it's a really touching thing, you know what I mean? And if you can hear it from the doctors and people that firsthand seen it and experienced it, man, why don't we as a people listen? You understand? You heard the doctor say just now they will be stretched.
Yeah, but he says there's a very thin line.
Yeah, they'll be stretched. Places and people must understand that what they are talking about, you know, and when you have people, I don't know why we as a people sometimes we involve in mischief making. I mean, I hear certain people saying, oh, they're not treating people good at the COVID center. They have no drugs there. The food bad. This is that. But you see the man bit by bit, the man saying, what type of doctors that are there? How many doctors that are there? They bring in surgeons there. They bring in other people there to do what they have to do. A person falls sick there, they bring another doctor from somewhere to check out the person.
They also have a co-managed project, you know, with Dr. Fiora.
Yeah, so they have a lot of things done at the COVID they're doing for people, and people opening their mouth and lying about that situation, saying, oh, there are not much doctors, nothing to happen there. Man.
But you see, we have to learn to be appreciative, because sometimes we doesn't see the good. We only look at the negative. And then if we have a positive attitude, we can always see the good. I think, looking at Dr. Deshose. The man is a doctor for a number of years. I know that. And the man is touched. He's almost telling you he's reaching to a point where he might be overwhelmed, because he's the director of that facility. He's the one that's overall responsible to ensure that everything works properly. And I am saying that there need to be a special campaign for the youth. I'm very concerned about what he said about the youth. The fact that he said that when the youth are affected, they get an aggressive attack of the virus. And it takes a long time for them to heal. That's a very serious thing. And the youth are the people, they are the ones that are most, what you want to call them, frivolous. I had the opportunity to go to somewhere where you have the people in quarantine, and they have a protocol that you must not hug. Yes, it is true that the youth, they did not see one another for a very long time. Against all advice, they still end up hugging. So that is telling me how the youth need to be controlled. If we do not let the youth practice self-control, we may let that thing overrun us. So to avoid that, we need to really get the youth educated and really targeted.
Mr. Mills, I believe to myself that COVID thing is serious. The Delta strain is a more serious strain. It affecting you doctor did say it affecting the younger ones, and they take a longer time to recover.
Yeah.
Side effects. After they recover, there are a lot of side effects.
Oh yes.
So people cannot go joking about talking to people when you're talking about COVID. A lot of people joking about it, but when you're talking to people, you have to be serious, to the point, and precise what you're telling them. And you have to tell them, hey, look, the youth that coming up, college to go down to grammar school, secondary school, these are the people for the future to rule the country.
Oh yes.
So if them people not hearing and that thing fall down among them, it means that Dominica don't have no future people to rule the country.
Not at
and
all.
As a matter of fact, you have to tell people the country is small. We just 70,000 people. All the other Caribbean islands have 100 and something thousand people, you know, So in other words, now, if 25,000 die or 50,000 die from 150,000, you still have 100 and something thousand in another country.
Oh yes.
But if that fall among us to 70,000, you do not have people to run the country in Dominica. People don't understand that, you know. The villages are small. If that fall in every village, Kulbishri have a small population. If that fall there seriously, you don't have people in Kulbishri, neither in Collier, Dublin. That's going to be wiped out. And people don't take it that seriously. And they're forming the full and they're playing it out. You can't play that. Vaccine is the only thing that will slow that virus in its tracks. And the science giving you, hey, why? If you get it, you wouldn't get that sick. If you get it, you wouldn't go on a ventilator. If you vax, you wouldn't die. So why common knowledge and common sense can't tell you, hey boy, look free stuff there, that you wouldn't die. You wouldn't go on the ventilator, you wouldn't get that if you vax. If you unvax, you playing a Russian roulette game. You know a Russian roulette game, Mr. Mills?
That's a very dangerous game.
That's a very dangerous game. People used to play it. You put one
Well,
in a chamber.
well, let me tell you, I was in the police force for 41 years. I never ever think of playing that.
It's a dangerous game. So in other words, just like if with that COVID, it's a dangerous game you're playing by not getting vaxxed. And people can't understand. I have families. I have a niece. I have people that are nurses and saying, oh, I'm not taking that. I say, hey, you know something? I upset if my niece, you know, she in the hospital, she's not vaxxed. And I can't understand how a niece like mine not using her common sense. Her grandfather was a smart man, her parents smart. Why is she not figure well she can risk her life? And Mr. Mills, I am saying it again. People who have small children and the parents, they don't want to take the vaccine. What manner of love you say you share with your children you have for your children? You don't have no love for your children. You don't want to cover your children? 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, you don't want to cover them? Well, what love you showing towards them? I don't understand them people there, you know. To me, if I have my children, my brother, I run in from Portsmouth to Roseau to take my vaccine because I don't want my child to die.
I'm very concerned about that.
Very concerned about it. I'm very concerned about it. But look now, Mr. Mills, they say they get a vaccine from, they're trying a vaccine from 5 to 11.
Well,
They looking to see that they pass it, the test 5 to 11. But what I'm saying, I'm passing a message. Please, parents, give the consent from 12 to 17, 12 to 18. Inoculate your children. You can't afford to make your children and let them grow from birth to 17, and then you seen them die. They'll die on your hands because you don't believe in a vaccine. Man, what man of love is that? Jesus Christ died on that cross because he loved us. He sent his only son. You're not thinking about that? Which man will send his only son to die for me? Nobody will send their son to die for me. Jesus Christ did it. So why you cannot do it for your children? You don't want to cover your children. Two parents. You have two free little child, 7, 8.
Okay,
and 4.
can you wind up, please? Wind
Yeah,
up.
I want to wind up, man.
Thank you very much.
I mean, I upset with those kind of people. I never know Dominic had so much foolish people like that, man.
Okay.
And religious and political people. Politics and religion not good on there.
Yeah,
no.
we'll talk about that later. Well, let us.
Have a blessed day.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, caller on the overseas line. Good evening. Good morning.
Good morning to Mr. Mills, and thank you for taking my call this morning.
Yeah.
Mr. Mills, I've been trying to advocate and educate people in the public, particularly the Dominican public, because of what I do for a living.
Okay.
For the vaccine. I've tried my best. I have very good discussion with Mr. Jules from DBS.
You said you're working with the vaccine.
Yes, I'll explain to you a little bit of what I do.
Okay, you're very low, but just try to speak loud on your phone, because what you're saying is very interesting, but it is very low.
So
yeah.
I've own businesses I've in a business in Dominic as well, but one of my main things is that I own a lab in the US where we do really leading technology in research and development. We work with vaccines, probiotics, antibiotics, prebiotics, and so on, good bad bacteria. But we actually started working on animals, research and development in the ag industry, where we use probiotic as a replacement for antibiotics better. And I remembered when I first came across coronavirus, it was in the early 2000s in dairy cows on research we did in Iowa and the state of Wisconsin. So just to give a background, so what I'm about to tell you so people understand, I'm not just speaking out of smoke. I have quite a bit of experience.
Yeah, try to speak louder, because as I say, you're very low on the monitor. So you just speak a bit loud so that it can come from better.
So what I'm trying to say that we have quite a bit of experience working with these. And when the virus came out, I tried my best to educate people, not to scare them, but to get them prepared about the statistics and so on. But here's the reality, people. I will try. I think I'm low because where I'm calling from, I keep trying.
Yeah, just speak loud so it will help a bit.
So the point I'm making is this. A lot of people, and I'll try to call another time to go into details of some of this, but I want to make the point clear. We have seen a lot of interesting things with this virus, and people have to realize, even recently, with one of our conferences with data we looked at, one of these new variants can be positive that it could actually not be detected via rapid testing. Why am I saying that? It concerns me when people don't want to take the vaccine and when people are taking this thing like it's a joke. The fact is, all data, all the work I've done has shown that the vaccine have a very effectiveness against the virus. Now, people are complaining about side effects. Well, there's a joke in Dominic about Viagra, but the reality is, how many people know Viagra was actually an accidental drug? It was developed to increase blood flow to the brain and blood flow to you for people with very low blood pressure. Well, the side effect of Viagra was that it was giving men, reaction and long-lasting reaction. That was the side effect of it, and also making some women depend on the hormone type, honey, or sometimes long menstruation. Now, that drug was changed, realized, we have a good drug, it's an accident drug, but they change it, remodify it, and that's why Viagra today. I'm saying that because people don't realize it, and even men, if they're honest, who are taking Viagra today, they will tell you that they get sometimes headaches, their head hurt, their eyes get kind of like blood-looking type. So there's side effects to everything. The question is to the people who are criticizing the vaccine. The antibiotics, which I'll call another time if I get the time to explain it.
Yes, because
antibiotics we take every day have side effects. The vaccine is going to do much more better than bad. So, unfortunately, I have to get going. But what I'm trying to tell the people is...
But before you get going, would you like to identify yourself, because you said that you're involved in the science?
So I'm Jeff Bellot. I own business in the U.S. I'm Dominican, and I've done that. But we will try to... I will try to catch up with you again. I can go in with my kids to school and all of that. But I'll try to...
But thank you for the idea and putting the point out there, so you can maybe get another chance to develop it further.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Keep yourself.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, I think the caller. I hope the listeners were hearing, because I know it was low, but I think he was saying something very important. So I wanted to make sure that we have the opportunity to hear whatever the caller was saying. We have a caller on the local line. Good morning. Good morning. Caller on the local line. Maybe you were not expected to come on so fast. Are you here now? Oh well. Whatever is happening, you are very muffled, so you can try again. Okay, so we had a caller trying to call on the local line, but it was not coming through clearly. Let us see what's happening this time. Caller, good morning.
Yes, miss. Good morning.
Yeah, morning. Yes.
How are you?
I am very good. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Man, you said you're getting your feet wet, but you look like you bathe. That only thing. Yeah, but Mills.
Yes. You have a little feedback in your background. Do you have a feedback?
I'm not hearing it. Are you hearing anything?
Okay, I don't know. Yeah, I'm still hearing something, but go ahead.
Okay, Mills. The clip that you played, the tape that you played, the doctor.
Yeah, doctor.
You could hear the man's voice, how concerned he is. And that thing is serious, man. With young people, some of them recover from it, but they have long-term, prolonged illness. Some of them have breathing problems. And yes, you think you're strong and macho and thing, but do not be a statistic. Do not wait to make your plea while you're suffering. It will be too late. Take advantage of it while you have it. And I mean, today's rolling out of vaccine again.
Oh, yes.
I mean, the government of Dominica has responded perfectly on that COVID situation. The government of Dominica did not wait. The government of Dominica was not last behind. We were first in the Caribbean to get our vaccine. A matter of fact, when we got vaccine, we even helped some other countries, neighboring islands, with vaccine. Do not forget that. Okay? Now, Mills, just imagine if Dominica had reached herd immunity by vaccine. What that would have been. We would be on the map again for something good. And that was the plan. But I'll tell you something. In a meeting, United Workers' Party say, we cannot allow that to happen. Spirit will look too good. Bro, that was said. And that's why they took the position they take. So that their people will not join that thing. So when I use the word scare it on radio, I am saying what they're saying, right? Is I don't want anybody to say I don't want to call him honorary prime minister, but they did not say honorary prime minister. They say for scare it not to look good. All right? And I mean, how can you play politics with people's life? How can you play politics when people's life depend upon what move they make? Now, look at that. Labor rights will normally go with the prime minister, and workers will normally go with workers' party. Who is going to suffer? Who is going to suffer?
Those who do not follow the correct advice.
The first death we had in Dominica, the woman was an anti-vax.
Well,
okay.
Regrettably, yeah.
Regrettably.
Regrettably.
And it's not, we're not gloating over that. We're not glorying over that. I mean, we sadden. Okay. She said she would not put that in her body. I shot today. If she had any sense, if she could think, she would say, I wish I'd take the vaccine.
I hope some people are considering now, because You know, I mean, I've been talking about it all the time. As I told you, I did a very simple calculation, and to me, it was about not being part of the people who help to spread the virus, as a civic responsibility, as love for human being. And I think based on the advice of the scientists and the experts, I didn't want to be in those who are the ones that are keeping back. You know, because scientists, they practice. And when you're dealing with human being, you cannot control it like how they would be doing an experiment in the lab. It would have to depend on the will of the people. So I didn't want to be part of the people who were out of control. So I simply controlled myself and went early o'clock, took the vaccine so that others can come and take it so that we can get the herd immunity. And to me, it's as simple as that. But I realize we have to do another special campaign, especially for the young people. We need to take that clip, especially the part talking about the young people, and have a special campaign for young people. I'm very concerned about that.
And Simeon, let me show you that.
Yes.
The other thing of not taking the vaccine is that you heard the doctor said there is a thin line being overrun. A thin line. Now, when the medical system is overrun, you know what happens? The budget goes up. Eventually, taxes will go up. Because people go into the COVID center and want to criticize things, whether it is for free. I mean, other countries, you have to pay for that.
Oh, yes.
You have to pay for every meal you get. You have to pay for any towel you use in there. And you come there, instead of thanking the government for providing that service, you'll come and criticize when you are unvaccinated. First of all, if you're vaccinated, you'll be at your home. So just imagine if all the people that were getting COVID in Dominica were vaccinated, you know where they would be? At their homes. The system in St. James would not be so. Nurses would not have to be working 16-hour shift a day. I mean, be considerate for a nurse who might be your mother, your sister, or your aunt or your cousin. 16-hour shift on their feet. Simeon, that is serious business. Right? That a nurse leave home 7 o'clock in the morning and have to come back about 1 o'clock in the morning, tired, to go back to work by 8 o'clock again. And then you going to go on radio and still criticize the government when you are the cause.
Okay.
Simeon, thanks for taking your Simeon, Mills.
You're not used to calling me. You're not used to calling me in the morning.
That's right. And I used to calling you in the morning.
Right. You're not used to calling me in the morning, no.
I heard you said good evening to the Prime Minister.
I need to get used to that morning. I need to get used to that morning.
Well, I think everybody understands.
Yeah. I'm the night man.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are the night owl.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your call. And we really have a serious job to do. We have to think very seriously about what we need to do. Let me just take that local call. Good evening, caller. Good morning, caller on the local line.
You wake up yet or what?
Right, you have me on True Politics in the Night for the longest while, so I haven't really I will get ready to get used to that morning call.
You wake up now?
Yeah, I am up. Yes, I am up.
You had a news this morning about Grenada, Mr. Mills?
About no. Grenada. I know. I heard a slight headline and I didn't get the details.
Right now, Grenada never took that vaccine thing serious. And they had carnival this year.
Yes, I know of that incident.
They show everybody in Grenada partying. on the old jabbing.
Mm.
No, you know what is happening in Grenada now? COVID is out of control.
Out of control.
America and another country going down. I think it's either in Mexico. Sending doctors to help them. They have 57 deaths, over 3,000 cases. And they cannot, the hospital is overwhelmed.
It is.
You understand me? And people turn this thing at the beginning into politics. But now, some Dominican realize it. It's not only politics, it's economics also.
Yeah.
The COVID is not only dangerous health-wise, but it's dangerous economic-wise. And it's costing every one of us. Whether you lay off from your job or you get corona. Because once you get corona, you're not getting paid from your work, you know.
No.
You understand?
Yeah.
If you can't work, you can't get paid. And do you know, Mr. Mills, right now, in America, the insurance companies are no longer
compensating,
covering or compensating COVID-related illness. You know why?
It's costly.
Because it's a vaccine.
Oh.
Before the vaccine, you could have claim on your insurance if you stick with COVID. The insurance will cover the hospital bill. Right now, it has vaccine and the CDC approved vaccine. The insurance company said, hey, the vaccine is not approved. We're no longer going to cover any cost incurred from COVID-19.
Is there a clause in it that provided that you're vaccinated? Is there any clause?
No.
No? Okay.
No, but the point I'm trying to make.
Well, it's the same. I'm on the same point.
Yeah, if you're vaccinated, it's less likely that you will be hospitalized.
Yeah, I understand that.
The majority of people who are being hospitalized is unvaccinated people. And I don't have no problem with people who choose not to be vaccinated. But my issue is with them is when they don't get vaccinated, they get corona, they expect somebody to pay
the bill
for their treatment. If you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand you very loud and clear, as is happening in Dominica now.
They're complaining at the quarantine sites about the treatment and the this and the that, whereas it's their choice they make. Everybody have a choice.
Yeah.
Nobody say you can't have to make your choice. But we all know we are responsible for every choice we make. And I'm saying to you, Mr. May, and the people of Dominica, I am not here to promote any vaccine. I'm not getting paid for that. I'm not getting paid to advertise vaccine or to promote non-vaccine. I experienced COVID and the outcome, both through my business and personal.
Oh.
You understand me?
Yeah.
My staff, two of my staff downstairs my print business get COVID. They wasn't vaccinated. I had to close down for 3 weeks. No business.
No business, and you have expense.
And they don't get a job. You understand me?
Yeah.
Now, imagine it have couple of businesses in Dominica that shut down temporarily because their staff contracted COVID-19 and they couldn't operate. You understand me?
Very clear.
Now, can you imagine the majority of small business in Dominica is run by 2 or 3 people, Mr. Mills. Forget the big Astafan in our seat that have 200-300. You understand?
Oh, yeah.
Let us speak about the moms and pops shops, the little small store, clothing store, the little pharmacy that have 2-3 people. Can you imagine if one person there gets COVID?
Yeah.
Huh?
I saw a construction site, a building, a house. They had to close down the construction for more than a week now. Can you imagine that? And that building was a sample to me in the way that somebody built a house. It was working like clockwork, but they had to go to a halt because of COVID.
You understand?
Yeah.
So while people there crying about economics, crying about the pocket, crying about the money, they can't pay the bills, open the country. Hey, I want the country open, you know, Mr. Mills.
All of us.
I want my business to flourish. I need to pay my bills, you know, Mr. Mills.
Of course.
You understand me? And I have come to realize, whether I like it or not, the only way for my business to come back on track is if my staff are vaccinated.
Oh, yeah.
They are less likely to get sick or go to any hospital. You understand me?
Yeah.
Or go to any quarantine facility. Some of them, even though you're at your home on quarantine, you can still work, huh? There are a lot of people working from home, right or wrong.
Yeah, a lot of people.
So, when people listen to all kind of rubbish, all kind of garbage, internet, TikTok, blah blah, politicians, and people with their own personal agenda, and using COVID and vaccine as a tool to their own personal agenda, people have to see through them. You have to see through them. Because, whether we like it or not, Mr. Mills, the international, we are not a country on our own.
We're in a global situation.
International community. And whether we like it or not, when England and America and Canada and France start putting their demand, see, America say if you no vaccine, you can't come in the country.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. It will pick up.
Let Dominica say they're not putting it. And if you think things bad, and we can have carnival, we can have festival, don't get vaccine. Don't put the regulation that we have to put. Don't follow the protocol, and all you will realize, all you will see what's going to happen. Good morning.
Thank you very much. I'm crazy. I must say that today's my second day, and yesterday, first shot, somebody made a very important observation that Kyrie FM is the vaccination station in Dominica, and I want to really compliment Kyrie FM and you and all the persons who come to your studio who promote the vaccine and also promote that people should follow the protocols. I think other radio stations are doing that, but Kyrie FM, they stand out in that matter. Yes, we move on. We move on this morning. And before I go further, and we go to break, I have a break for the advertisement in a short while. But I want to say happy birthday to Steinberg Henry, a very important contributor to the program, to the Heng programs. You always have some very important observation. Right now we're having many calls on the line, but we have to take a break. So those of you who are trying to call, you'll call us on the other side of the break. Now it's time to go to our sponsors.
There's never been a better time to switch to Flow. Switch now and get your 30-day prepaid plan with 50 gigabytes of data for only $50. That's only $1 per gig to keep you connected so you can do more of the things you do. Visit us in-store today and let us know you're ready to switch. We'll take it from there. Terms and conditions apply.
Daddy, you dirty your clothes again, and mommy not there to help you though. Well, bam, bam, daddy dirty his clothes.
Easy breezy, busy bubble, laundry service on the hustle, washing, drying, folding service, washing comfort cause it's worth it. Kiddies Zone, cribs and toys, come on daddy, bring the bag. Dirty stains from wine and malts, come on man, it's not your fault. Busy Bubble.
Visit our new location on the Castle Comfort Highway next to the Cicero Hotel. Busy Bubble Laundry, taking the busy out of your day.
During and after a hurricane, you may need supplies to keep your family safe and healthy. Be sure to include items such as a first aid kit, flashlight, batteries, candles, at least 3 days of non-perishable foods, water for each member of your household, along with any necessary prescription medications. Make your list. Stock up on everything you might need early to be prepared. A message from Cash and Carry.
Did you miss our Creole Christmas sales event? AutoTrade is giving you a second chance to get into a Vitara. Take advantage of the lowest monthlies on the 2020 Suzuki Vitara, starting at only $825. Also included, Tintin, $400 grocery voucher from Best Price, and more. Don't you miss out this time. Get yourself a Vitara. For more information or to test drive, visit our dealership or call 613-2496. Promotion runs through March 31st, 2021 at AutoTrade. It's not just a car, it's a relationship.
Are you looking for good eggs? I mean quality fresh eggs straight from the farm? Well, we have exactly what you're looking for, no matter the quantity. We've got the right amount. Visit us at Prince City downstairs Kyrie FM on Independence Street for your fresh farm eggs, or call telephone 448-7331, 448-7330 or 448-8752 and we'll get you your fresh farm eggs.
I'm not exaggerating, boiling with excitement. Weeping ain't just for the night, joy comes in the morning. Don't cry anymore. Say one thing I know, one thing I know. Hey, how tomorrow better. Oh
my tomorrow must be greater than today. In spite of all the trials and tribulations that we are facing, we have hope that my tomorrow will be greater than today. We have a caller on the overseas line. I think it is Donnie. Donnie, good morning.
Good morning, my friend, Mr. Mills. How are you?
I'm very good, and it's good to have you on the Heng.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And let me say that you're doing a fantastic job. You're quite a natural.
Thank you.
You're doing great, and although it's your second day, but you're doing a fantastic job. I must say that.
I'm trying my best. Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Mills, it is puzzling, to say the least, at how some, people continue to engage in self-destructive behavior. That is a problem, I think, that we'll never get rid of. And people just sometimes choose to go against common sense, to go against all credible information. And that is one problem we have, across the world right now, and in the Caribbean, with this hesitancy to the vaccine and people losing their lives, which is very avoidable. But this is unfortunate. But it is evil. It is evil when other people of influence choose to use this pandemic and choose to use a situation where people are actually dying to try to play politics, to mislead people, to encourage people not to take the vaccine, and thus put their lives and their health in danger. And some of these very people who are doing this, not even a disservice, but a crime in my opinion, took the vaccine themselves. You know, and I'm telling you, to me, in my estimation, there's a special place in hell for people like that. Dominica was the first country in the region to acquire the vaccines. Dominica, by now, if we had the cooperation of every Dominican, despite what party you support, despite what church you went to, if we had the cooperation of the businesses, all the businesses, and the political parties, and the churches, Dominica would have by now reached herd immunity. Probably we the first country in the world, probably to have reached that. But some people could not stand the idea of that, right? Because they cannot see the forest from the trees. They cannot differentiate. They cannot put aside the political desires for the betterment of the country, right? And instead of being happy that we got the vaccine first, and instead of being somebody want to encourage people to take the vaccine, what did they do from the beginning? They went on an attack on the vaccine. They went on an attack on the vaccine. They said it came from India. The vaccine is not good. It's this, that, is that. It's dangerous. It's giving blood clots. All kinds of nonsense. And there started the vaccine hesitancy, right? And despite all the education, despite all the advice, despite all the the information coming from the experts of the most qualified experts in the world, we have this problem. Crazy mentioned Grenada. Dominica has its problem. We've lost 10 people. It's very sad. Grenada my friend, is out of control. A fellow Caribbean country. One of the highest infection rates per capita in the world. Right now, there's been a decision made by the churches and the government on how they dispose of the dead bodies. Right? They will not embalm the dead bodies. Right? And the bodies will be exposed just for a short period of time to be identified by 2 people maximum, and that's it. It's closed. Done.
I heard the announcement, and I think Crazy referred to it, but I did not hear the detail. But thank you very much for that information.
And the person has to be buried within 72 hours of the death certification being signed. The death certificate being signed.
Wow.
And this is what so many families have to deal with, right? And when you consider that so many of these deaths could be avoided by simply taking a vaccine, it is really sad. It is heart-wrenching, And the people of some influence who continue to use people's lives to play politics, my friend. Like we see in Dominica, in local parents, they will not see good. They will not see good. And even at this juncture right now, when we can see, we see the signs, Mr. Mills, right? That there's potential for serious problems in our country.
Did you hear Dr. Deshose?
I heard him.
Oh boy.
I heard him. It's a dire warning. Right? And we have people who still cannot come out and speak forcefully and strongly and clearly about the vaccine. People who say they want to be in government, my friend. People who say they want to lead a country and want to lead a people. But they cannot advise people to take measures to protect themselves, their family, their children, and their own lives. Playing games, mixed messages. What is so hard? If you took the vaccine, why is it so hard for you to talk about to take it? Why?
In the case of I always a problem remembering his name. He's so foolish. Is it Thomas Baptist? Isaac Baptist? The man is saying that he took the vaccine for his own personal reasons. And you're on radio. If you're on radio and you don't want people to know about your business, why talk about it in the public? And you as a public figure, you took it for your own personal reason. And the next line you talk about the vaccine, you're saying it is experimental, it is not safe. You're saying all type of things about it. What kind of message are they sending? You want to song? You see, they always have the habit of trying to have a two-forked tongue. That's what you call it, Donny?
Yeah.
Talking on both sides of the mouth. He want to say, yes, I took the vaccine, but he do not want to promote it or to say something good about it, just because he's so failed politically that he doesn't care for the same reason that he took it. He doesn't think that other people may have the same reason that he have, and that they should take it. I mean, it's just selfish, and people without love in their heart.
That's right. You remember the bishop said taking the vaccine is an act of love.
Oh yes.
And I 100% support that.
It is, you know.
The prime minister always says, to lead a people, you have to first love them. And that's a powerful statement. To lead a people, you have to first love them, because if you love your supporters, you will tell them to take the vaccine because you took it yourself. You love yourself. You want to be safe. Right? And these people who vote for you, who jump for you in rain and in sun, right? Who want okay to support you, and you cannot tell them to take the vaccine? How do you love them?
They do not love them, they love power.
To put you in position, exactly.
They love power. And they don't mind ruling over a nation with dead people.
My brother, you will sit down there, right, and watch people expose themselves to a virus that could kill them, and you will not tell them to take the vaccine.
It's not easy.
I mean, really? What kind of human beings are these, Mr. Mills?
They have got love. They do not have empathy.
Dominicans now should understand what kind of people these people are.
Donny, you know, empathy is a human thing. You know that you can create a robot, but you can't give it love.
Exactly.
You know, so these people, it is not in them. And even when they realize the thing that they have to do is to show love, they are incapable of showing love. So something is wrong with a people who cannot put people first. If you have power first, it will show every time, because love is a natural inclination. Something happens if you have love in your heart, you'll do the thing that a person with love will do. Something will happen if you're just full of power, you have a greed for power. The first thing you'll do something that will try to make you get power. And they cannot cross the boundaries of love. That's a very dangerous situation that we are in, Dominica, to have a party of people who do not know how to love.
But you see, the Dominican people must understand, right? They must understand that despite what the people say, despite their lack of empathy, despite their lack of love, right, the responsibility is on themselves, right, to protect themselves. There cannot be any more evidence that tells you that if you are unvaccinated, Mr. Mills, that you are at risk of becoming seriously ill and dying. There can be no more evidence than what is already out there. Okay?
Oh, yes.
And they must understand that these people, the Workers' Party people, Leonard Clinton and his team, do not have the... Well, Linton, do you hear Linton on the radio talking about vaccine?
No, there are times Linton goes cold.
Everything else. Everything else. He has a big, loud mouth. But he's on the vaccine, he's silent. He's not talking about vaccine.
If you notice, Linton and the opposition, when there's nothing bad to say, they stay quiet. You know, when there's something to help with humanity, they stay quiet. But anytime they think there's something to do with getting people annoyed and getting people to pull people out of the street, even when there's nothing, they try to raise. You know, that's why every day, every now and then, they want to talk about the stimulus. So all they are interested in is getting people angry, because they are a set of angry people. And what they say, trouble like trouble, that is what it is. They never like to see people at peace.
They are amazing, Mr. Yeah. They are something else, and I really don't. I cannot fathom some human beings being like this.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. I cannot digest it. Right.
Okay.
Because it is we talk about life and death. Right. We have 10 deaths in Dominica so far. We don't want no more deaths. Right.
Yeah.
And the way we can avoid and prevent those deaths is by vaccination. Right? Dr. Benjamin said it.
Yeah. All the doctors.
Doctor, what's his name? They should say.
Yeah. That was very touching.
Ministry of Health has said it over and over again. PAHO, WHO, CAFA, scientists, Dr. Fauci, everybody. Vaccination is the way to keep you safe. So go and take the vaccine.
Yeah.
Right? And like I tell you, I know people very close, friends, who to me, I see they committed suicide. That's how it looks. Young, strong, able-bodied men, very doing well for themselves, contractor, making a lot of money, living a good life, go take the vaccine and die. Just die. Leave everything behind, your family behind, your children, your wife crying because you didn't take a vaccine. Free your life away. You know, so I mean, and this is something that we cannot stop on. We cannot stop emphasizing. Take the vaccine. Take the vaccine.
Take it.
Take the vaccine.
Okay.
My friend, thank you very much for the opportunity.
Yes, I'm done. It's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Thank you very much. Yeah, we have a caller on the local line. Caller.
Comrade, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. I see you trying your best. You're pushing your foot in that big shoe there. You trying your best, and you're doing well. You're doing well. Take encouragement. You're doing well.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I need to see you.
Yeah. Okay. We'll talk.
Read my text.
Okay. All right. Let me say. You see this Grenada story there.
Oh yes.
We should not just brush over it. I think some concerted effort should be made to look at the Grenada story. How did Grenada get to where it is today?
It is simple, It is very simple.
Because I want to think that there's a lot of lessons in there for us in Dominica. Because in July, just about our time, coming into August, the Grenada situation was as manageable as what we had here in Dominica. They were doing very well. They were doing very good. They were doing excellently. Okay? The government saw a cluster of 1 or 2 areas. The government took a decision to ban carnival. There has to be no carnival. The Grenadian people, and they say the power of the people is greater than the people in power. The Grenadian people decide, no way, they want their carnival. They want their jab.
Jab, yes.
They want their jab. And they defied the police. They defied the law. They defied the authorities. And they went out and have their jab. What we have today, a month on, 5 weeks on, is the exponential spread of what jab delivered on that morning in August, early August. Okay? That is what we have today. And we have the situation where medical authorities have almost in a situation where they have to decide who live and who die. Can we imagine a situation so for us in Dominica?
Oh, yes.
Where the medical authorities, and Dr. Bishop say, he's lamenting it, where we have medical workers for 12, 15 hours shifts. When people go on for so long, mistakes do happen. Mistakes do happen. You see? And then we do not want to be placed in a situation where the medical officers have to decide who lives and who dies because we are so much overrun. So there are many lessons in it. I honestly wish that we could take some time, look at the Grenada, speak to people in Grenada, who are in there, who understand the situation, and who can better explain to us in Dominica what it is that happened in Grenada and what are the lessons for us in Dominica.
You remember when the rich man went to hell? And the story goes that when they tell him, can we go for those so that we can get the man who is in hell to explain to them so that they will do the right thing and they won't find themselves in hell?
Yeah, so
and then Christ, they said that they have the prophets and the thing.
Yeah, he said he wants to go back to warn his people, his brothers and sisters. And they said, no, you cross the bridge already. Okay, so in Dominica we have a situation where we cannot afford to take too many risks. We have to follow the protocol. We have to follow the advice of the science, and all the scientists, whether they're resident here, whether they're from Dominica, working overseas, contributing to science, the development of science worldwide, they've told us, Mills, the vaccines work. If we look at what is happening, the non-vaccinated are the ones who are dying. Those vaccinated may get the virus, but they would not require hospitalization or intensive care. Okay, the body is prepared to resist that. We see around that in the car in Guadeloupe last month, bodies were piling up of the unvaccinated. Last year in Italy, bodies were piling up because there was no vaccine. In New York, across the United States, because there were no vaccine. We had a vaccine. We had it in April in India, where people did not take the vaccine, and we had calamity in India. Okay, so people of Dominica.
We are pushing time to take our commercial break.
Okay, well, thanks, Mills, and you're doing well. Take care, and we'll talk again. We'll talk later.
Yeah, I'll give you a call after the show. Yeah, thank you very much for your points. Very important points there, as we really seeing the real danger of we not doing the things that we need to do. And right now, this time that we take our commercial break and pay our sponsors.
There's never been a better time to switch to Flow. Switch now and get your 30-day prepaid plan with 50 gigabytes of data for only $50. That's only $1 per gig to keep you connected so you can do more of the things you do. Visit us in-store today and let us know you're ready to switch. We'll take it from there. Terms and conditions apply.
Daddy, you dirty your clothes again, and mommy not there to help you though. Well, pam, pam, daddy, dirty.
Easy breezy, busy bubble laundry service on the hustle. Washing, drying, folding service. Washing comfort cause it's worth it. Kitty's own Crimson Toys. Come on, daddy, bring the bag. Dirty things from wine and malts. Come on, man, it's not your fault. Busy Bubble.
Visit our new location on the Castle Comfort Highway next to the Sister Hotel. Busy Bubble Laundry, taking the busy out of your day.
AutoTrade Limited is your #1 choice for all your automotive needs. We have the best in new and reconditioned vehicles. For over 25 years, AutoTrade has represented top quality brands like Suzuki, Kia, Nissan, and Hyundai commercial trucks. We are the leading provider for genuine auto parts and accessories at affordable prices. Need your car fixed? Our trained and certified technicians will do it right the first time with professional service using state-of-the-art equipment, getting you back on the road in no time. And did you know we provide hassle-free financing on all your vehicles? We are the best choice for a complete automotive experience from purchase to parts and service. Because at AutoTrade, it's not just a vehicle, it's a relationship.
Are you looking for good eggs? I mean quality fresh eggs straight from the farm? Well, we have exactly what you're looking for, no matter the quantity. We've got the right amount. Visit us at Prince City downstairs Kyrie FM on Independence Street for your fresh farm eggs, or call telephone 448-7331, 448-7330 or 448-8752 and we'll get you your fresh farm eggs.
I'm not exaggerating, boiling with excitement. No matter what I face, no matter what comes my way, no matter one thing I know,
Yes, my tomorrow must be greater than today, in spite of all the pestilences and the dangers that surround us. Caller on the local line. Good morning again.
Yes, Neil.
Yeah.
Neil.
Yes. Hello.
After I finished spoke to you this morning, I got a call from some workers down at the St. James Center, the COVID Center in Portsmouth, and a pleading call, tears in her voice, telling me, please convey those messages. When you come down there at St. James, not at St. James, at the COVID Center, you're not coming to a hotel. People coming down there with all kind of food requests. And oh, they're not eating that, they don't want that, they don't like vegan, they don't like that. They only have special meals for cancer patient, for diabetic patient, hypertensive patient. But the regular people, you have to eat what you get, or you don't eat it. Eat what you have in the plate, like you go to any place else. And meals, apart from the people are not being vaccinated, they give the people down there so much trouble. I mean, the woman was crying because of what is happening down there. You choose not to take your vaccine and you want to come down and make demands. And some of them, oh, they're so glad they don't get, they don't have to pay. They don't have to pay their light bill go down, their water bill go down. But it's going up for the government.
Oh, yes.
And they have free internet, free Wi-Fi. That's why you see they could post those nonsense they're posting.
Yeah.
Mills, I mean, I never thought it was so bad. I really saw some videos of some people criticizing the food. Okay? And what they are criticizing, Mills, you're not at your home where you can cook what you want. I mean, there was a time when the government only had 25 people down there, 30 people down there. Now you have hundreds of people.
You know what I would like to find out from the COVID center. They can also let you know, if the people that are going down there were all vaccinated.
They are not.
I'm saying if you'll see a drastic reduction in the number of people who would be in the COVID center. There'll be less stress on the system there. Because when you have to look about over 500 people, it doesn't matter how skilled you are with logistics. you'll always have a difficulty in getting things done accordingly, on time, and everybody, you cannot satisfy everybody. So if we have less people, they will be better able to manage whatever they have to do down there. So people really have to take it very seriously and consider that they really need to take the vaccine.
I mean, the young lady was telling me there's a doctor that have a 1-year-old son, and she hasn't seen her son in 1.5 months.
And she can't go to him yet.
And she cannot go to him. And while the lady was speaking to me, she broke down in tears. She told me this morning she just had a breakdown of 20 minutes crying. Doctors are down there crying. Nurses on their feet crying. Because they want to do their job, Mills. They want to do their job, one, and they're missing their family too. And they are stuck. They cannot go. And then people are on the radio blasting the vaccine. Come on, my heart is sinking. My heart is aching for these people. I mean, we can't live like that, man.
I think Dominicans need to wake up. They really need to wake up. This is not a political statement. This is a statement of national emergency that we need people to understand that they have to take the vaccine if they love their brothers and sisters, if they love their country, if they want to see their country develop. This is not a political statement. This is a statement of national emergency. Yes, Ellison, the callers are coming in.
Yes, right. So I'm not saying that, man. Take this in consideration. Take this in consideration. The tide will turn one day.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you for your contribution. Caller on the overseas line, good morning.
Hey, Mr. Mills, good morning.
Hey, good morning. This very energetic voice. How are you?
I'm there.
You need to speak up a bit, though.
On this morning, I heard you when you said, the other one, the guy you were driving to town and then.
Oh yes, Roy Michael Proctor. Yeah.
Voilà.
Okay.
Mr. Peace, good morning to you wherever you are. Joe of the Brain, good morning. Anyway, Mr. Mills, you're doing a fantastic job.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you for your encouragement.
Appreciate that. When somebody there, somebody has got to carry on the work.
Yes,
so I love that.
Okay.
Anyway, Mr. Mills, our problem is in that country, why people are trying to take the vaccine is because of that leader of the Workers of Inequity Party. You understand?
Yeah.
The man playing politics with the people.
I think I have something to say that. I think I have something to say on that. I think I have something to say on that a little later on. After you call and I take another overseas call that is pending.
You understand? Because of this man, playing politics with the liability plan, these people and them falling on tricks. People wake up, man.
Yep.
And the people are in the COVID center, they need to behave on themselves. Or you're not in the hotel, or you're not in, or you're not at the home. And if it's in the government, they're complaining for food, all you do is get somebody work to do. Bring their food for them, is all.
Okay.
So that's wicked, man. Okay. Come on, man. We're doing, government doing their best.
Yes, we are.
You know my government doing its best.
We have calls coming in, so we have a lot of calls coming in. Everything's like. Thank you very much, caller. Until next time. Caller on the overseas line, on the local line, sorry. Good morning.
Hello, morning, Mr. Mills.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, Mills, I would like to ask a question. And the question is what glory, what political advantage that the opposition is getting to discourage people from taking the vaccine?
No, they have no advantage. They think they have an advantage.
Well,
they have been advised.
Yeah, they're looking.
They have been advised by they not supporting the idea about the vaccination and do all what is necessary to bring down the spread of the virus,
So
it will not benefit them.
By the meantime, you have the opposition leader. He took it.
They all took it.
Yeah, we understood that.
Randy Rodney and all.
Yeah, they all took it. But at the same time, they are discouraging people from not taking it. Mr. Mills, I had two experience of a friend of mine. When I took my vaccine, he said to me, Gasson, you thought for vaccine scary? I tell him, no, I did not take scary vaccine. I took the vaccine to help me with my health if I get COVID virus. Man laughed me. One day I call him at his home. I tell him, how are you? He tell me he's not feeling well. I tell him, what happened to you, 2 days after, I call him again. He tell me like that he's getting worse. I tell him, well, call the hotline, call the player, pay for the number. I tell him, I do not know the number, but look, he'll get the number. When he do catch up, he had the vaccine, he had the virus. And he was forced to take the job after. I knew another UWPI in Point Michel, discouraging people, telling people not to take the vaccine. He's carried vaccine, I'm giving people vaccine for next election for them to vote for him. When I do hear the shout that the man died with all the complication and he had the coronavirus. So, my brother, let me tell you that the people that making the medicine for us, they know what they're doing. And I believe that God is with us, Dominica, because God wants to save a lot of us.
Okay, caller, why not? Because we have callers coming on the line.
Okay, see you and have a good day.
Okay, thank you. Same to you. Yes, good morning. Good morning to the caller on the overseas line.
What? Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
What I don't understand, why they even have Wi-Fi in the place? They shouldn't even have Wi-Fi. All they should have in there is just a bed, and give them what they have. If they want to have other things, you get the vaccine and eat your own food. What they get there, they get there. They shouldn't even have Wi-Fi in the apartment or whatever it is. In the facility, they shouldn't have Wi-Fi. Understand?
Yeah, you're
I
right.
don't see why they need them Wi-Fi. Just a little bed, a little bunk bed. As a matter of fact, they should just build the bed. A little bunk bed, corner to corner.
You see that to treat people humanely, but remember they are sick. But I think people need to we need to educate the people more. You can't overdo it, but you know the Bible tells you that sometimes the spirit of man, the heart of man, sometimes is wicked.
Yeah, but we keep talking. You know how long we've been talking? It's almost 2 years now. We've been talking the same thing over and over. They are not children. The government is screaming here. The government, they're costing the government. Come on.
I get your point, caller. Very important point. Yes, your point is made. Thank you. The calls are coming in. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, right. Caller on the local line. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Mills.
Yeah, good morning.
My contribution is with Lennox Linton, the opposition. Remember, he said while he was in DCP, he sent so many million of applications, and he never gets an answer. So right now today, he gets one unexpectedly. So he nervous. He don't know what to do. So he has to do all those things there to make himself known. But that will not bring him nowhere. Okay? Because you see why be there? I sick and shorting. I can die. When you say hear those, and when I hear it called in Lennox Linton, Honorable Jesus Christ, Mr. Regis died an honorable man. PM is an honorable man. Oh, my finger. What Lennox Linton and Scott John, those kind of people there? I don't know what honorable they be. And as the lady just said, those people in the COVID there, they would have to pay for their food, or else they would know what is the time. Okay, they have too much good time. No internet, they shouldn't have that.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you, caller. We have another caller on the international line. Good morning. Good morning to you, caller.
Good morning, comrade. Morning, Comrade Mills. How are you doing?
I am very good, thank you.
Well, can you imagine if Prime Minister Skerrit had delayed in getting the vaccine to Dominica where everybody else in the Caribbean had it? What position the opposition would have taken?
Yeah. They always have
call
to
for protest.
Yeah, they always have to look for something.
Right. They would say, oh, the Prime Minister does not love the people. Look at that. We need to have the vaccines at Vincent and Tiga, and he has not brought the vaccine to Dominica. And they would be on Q95 crucifying him. Now, Dominica was the first place to get the vaccine. And now they're dragging their feet and not really encouraging people to take the vaccine. Now, can you imagine if the pandemic had hit us under a UWP administration, what disaster would have happened in the country?
Oh, yeah.
We would have a situation where we would not be able to cope with. People will be dying left, right, and center, because we can see, yes, position right now, in opposition, the position they're taking towards the pandemic and the vaccine, that is telling us if they were in government at this present time under this pandemic, where Dominica would have been, everybody would be almost finished. So anyway, what I'm asking is for people to take the vaccine. The vaccine is what can help the whole world get back to normal, because this pandemic has taken a severe toll on the economies of all the countries of the world. And the reason why they are calling for everybody to get vaccinated is that we can go back to normal.
Yes.
Everybody had to close schools, shut down airlines, shut down cruise ships, shut down everything, and the economy was taking a blow. Now, since the vaccine has been administered, we can see the drastic reduction in deaths all over the world. So it's telling us that the vaccine is working and people should go for it. Anyway, thank you. Have a pleasant morning, and thanks for taking my call.
Thank you very much for your call. Your call is always important to us, and you always make some brilliant points. Thank you very much. Caller on the local line. Okay, call on the local line. Will you just please wait a while, because the calls are coming fast and furious, and we only have 15 more minutes to go before the hour. I just want to make one point from that's me as an advocate. I am very concerned that, while we have to try our best to bring everybody on board, including the opposition, to help let people understand that we have to act as one. If herd immunity is 70% of the population, we'll need people of all parties, all groups, to take the vaccine. Even people who support the government and are hesitant, they also need to take the vaccine. Let us get rid of the politics of the vaccination, and let us look at our health, our love, our country, and an act of love. I try my best sometimes, even if I may be a very hard hitting on the opposition. I try to get a reason not to be too critical of the opposition so that they can come aboard. I just pray one day that they would put aside all the lust for power and for the love of man and country. Come together and say yes, because they have been advised. I'm aware that the opposition has been advised that they need to join the government and the country and speak with one voice. It doesn't benefit anybody for us to be struggling to get to herd immunity when the government of Dominica, the Prime Minister, was the first Caribbean country to bring in enough vaccines so that we could have almost 100% coverage of the vaccine. I want to call upon the leader of the opposition. If you love your country, if you want to see your country grow and develop, if you love your countrymen, in spite of what you may have heard people said about you, prove them wrong. Let them see that you have love in your heart. If you think by helping the government, as you have been advised, that you need to support the vaccination drive. Do it. Make a statement, make a clear statement, unambiguous statement. When you speak about the vaccine, do not bring the politics. Do not try to get it as an opportunity to disturb the politics by asking for things that are distraction. We have one aim right now, and that aim is to get Dominicans to understand, young and old. You hear what has been happening to the young people at the COVID center. If you have love in your heart, if you have a conscience, honorable leader of the opposition.
Are you sure you forget me?
No, I don't forget you, caller. Honorable leader of the opposition, I'm calling on you. Please make a statement. Make a statement of love. Make a statement of commitment. You need, as a human being, as a leader, to do something positive. Caller, I know you have been standing for a while.
Good morning, comrade.
Oh, comrade, you have not much time, because I have to run some ads. So just say something very briefly.
Yeah. I just want to quickly ask you this question, Mr. Mills. Good morning to the listeners of Kyrie FM as well.
Yeah, good morning.
What is the population of Dominica?
We're about 70,000.
It's about 70,000.
And everything is politics, because sometimes when they want to talk their politics, they say we have 50,000 people. When they have something else to say, they say we have 70,000.
The last census
we are about 70,000
in Dominica is 70,000.
Yes, sir.
How many people around the world have died in coronavirus because of coronavirus?
That would come
in excess of 4-point-something million.
Oh yes. Remember, you have to make it short then, because I have to. Yeah.
The population of Dominica is 70,000.
Use 1 minute, and really 1 minute.
And comrade, if the population of Dominica is 70,000 and over 4 million people have died in corona, where we stand in that, we don't even have 100,000.
We will be wiped off. We'll be wiped off.
If coronavirus decide to, if we just lay back, not if it decide to, if we just lay back, stop encouraging people from taking the vaccine. Stop encouraging people from going and take their jab. Stop encouraging people from getting tested. There will not be a Dominica. There will be a Dominica. Was a Dominica with houses just standing, being empty. Dominicans, go take your vaccine.
Okay, thank you very much, caller.
You're not doing it for me. You are doing it for.
Caller, you have to wind up. We have work to do.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Oh, remember, you have some work to do. You have to spread it. You have to spread the vaccine course spell. So I will call you. I will call you soon after the program. Thank you very much for your contribution. This program is coming to a very rapid end, and just before we come to an end, we need to recognize our sponsors, and I'll be back to wind down and conclude the program.
There's never been a better time to switch to Flow. Switch now and get your 30-day prepaid plan with 50 gigabytes of data for only $50. That's only $1 per gig to keep you connected, so you can do more of the things you do. Visit us in-store today and let us know you're ready to switch. We'll take it from there. Terms and conditions apply.
Daddy, you dirty your clothes again, and mommy not there to help you though. Well, bam, bam, daddy dirty his clothes.
Easy breezy, busy bubble laundry service on the hustle. Washing, drying, folding service. Washing comfort cause it's worth it. Kiddies own cribs and toys.
Come on, daddy, bring the bag.
Dirty stains from wine and malts. Come on, man, it's not your fault. Busy bubble.
Visit our new location on the Castle Comfort Highway next to the Cicero Hotel. Busy Bubble Laundry, taking the busy out of your day.
Are you looking for good eggs? I mean quality fresh eggs straight from the farm? Well, we have exactly what you're looking for, no matter the quantity. We've got the right amount. Visit us at Prince City downstairs Kyrie FM on Independence Street for your fresh farm eggs, or call telephone 448-7331, 448-7330 or 448-8752 and we'll get you your fresh farm eggs.
I'm not exaggerating, boiling with excitement. And today, I can see can see the cloud of God. Tomorrow, 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 check me out tomorrow. Tomorrow, check me out tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Yes, my tomorrow will be greater than today. This is a song of faith, and this is why I have this song as my second theme song. And the few minutes that are remaining, I can entertain a few more calls. But the theme is, I would really like to address the opposition. Some people may think that I might be giving too much importance to them. But when you talk to the leader of the opposition, his followers are also hearing the cry. And if the leader of the opposition cannot come to his senses as a human being and see the pestilence that is facing us, we have the example of Grenada. We see how people do not follow the protocols. When we talk about masking, and people already want to talk about mandatory vaccination, we haven't reached there yet in Dominica. But when you go and you speak and all you want, it would appear that you do not want us to recover from this crisis. You are waiting and hoping that we won't succeed. That is what, and that is how you let the majority of Dominicans perceive you to be. I remember Pierre Charles when we were faced with the economic crisis of 2002, when public servants had to wait on the 15th to get their salary. Somebody's calling, but I'll take the call in a while. As the leader, he said, if he had to lose the election, he had to do the things that he was supposed to do just to ensure that we in Dominica get out of that financial crisis. Honorable Leader of the Opposition, Lennox Linton, we are facing a crisis. You need to get some love in your heart. You need to get some love in your heart and do the right thing. And call on your supporters, your 16,000 supporters. They all might not come forward, but you have a responsibility to speak out and speak up. It is not just about power. You have to do it for the love of country. I have calls on the call on the local line. Good morning. You have 30 seconds. Yes. Hello. Okay. Well, we lost the caller on the local line. Well, that's the end of the program because it is already almost 10 o'clock in the studio. Until next time, tomorrow we'll have another Heng program. I may be there with you tomorrow for the last time. It was a pleasure working with you. Until tomorrow at the same time, we'll be back for another very important program.
All over. What? Over? Did you say over? Nothing is over until we decide it is.
Log on to www.kairefm.com. Kairefm station.